Hi, Erik Linask here in the TMC newsroom at the LA Convention Center here on the opening day of IT Expo West 2010. I'm chatting now with Adam Famularo from CA Technologies. Adam, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me, Erik.
I guess it's good afternoon or good morning back East Coast time. But you know what? It's great to have you here. Especially day one. You're one of our keynoters here, 4:30 this afternoon. Tell me a little bit about what you plan on talking about in your keynote address.
Oh, you got it. Well, we're real excited for being here as well. I mean, this is just the right audience to be able to hear our message. And we're going to talk about really three things, right? First, I'm going to talk about cloud computing and CA's endeavor into cloud computing and how important it is for our business model. The second thing I'm going to spend some time on is our new product launch. Right? We're actually announcing 3 Tera AppLogic 2.9 today. And it's generally available today, so we want to make sure that everybody hears the messaging behind the new product launch. And then third, we're also launching a brand new program called our MSP program for 3 Tera. So it all kind of ties together nicely.
Good. So let's tackle in particular the first part of that. Why is the cloud so important to CA these days?
Well, it all starts with our customers, right? So we follow the trends that are guiding our customers. And the very beginning, what we're hearing from our large enterprises all the way down to mid-sized companies is that they're trying to find a way of how do I leverage this new model called cloud computing, right, to better have more efficiencies in my business model today. And in doing that, we have to help them. Right, so we have to help them, give them an on-ramp into this new world, as well as enable them to help manage this new heterogeneous environment that not only includes what's behind their 4 walls, but then what's also behind the 4 walls of other vendors that they might be using in the cloud space. Right.
So now you use the term cloud model, and that's something that most people don't do that we've talked to. People talk about the cloud as being a thing, but it really is a model, and unless you understand that, it seems that you're not really going to be able to leverage its benefits.
I couldn't agree with you more. Right? It's a model for delivering IT services, right? Whether or not you use in-house IT services or whether you use external IT services or something in between, which we hear the terms hybrid, right? Which a lot of companies are doing, right?
Sure.
And we want to be able to help them through that venture. So whether it's, look, let me help you first build a hybrid model, right, with our 3 Tera product, or let me help you actually manage, your products through a SaaS environment. Or we'll help you work with MSPs to get your products delivered as a service. So all different ways to be able to leverage the cloud.
Is there a difference either in terms of vertical markets or in terms of size of customer as to how they approach it, whether they're looking for a hybrid model or a managed services model or doing it completely on their own?
We are actually seeing more of the larger enterprises. We are seeing more of the larger enterprises focused on the hybrid model. Because they have a big built traditional IT business today, right, where they're not just going to take all that hardware and throw it away and start over. So what we're really trying to do is offset what they have today with what they're currently looking to add. So that's really managing the hybrid environment. The smaller companies where they have much more flexibility, where they don't have the investment into an IT infrastructure, where they're much more willing to go to more of a pure play cloud-based model.
Does it take... Does either one of those, you see more of a vertically oriented focus? In other words, any particular vertical markets that you see more interest from?
Well, the first that are graduating into really fast are telecommunications companies, MSPs, and then other companies that act as a service to their IT base or their business base.
And I'm guessing it's really because of the scalability benefits.
Yeah, exactly.
Those service providers really need to have that ability to grow as their users, as their customers, subscribers grow.
And to increase the efficiencies on the hardware and software that they've already have invested today. And using the cloud to do that, it can help them scale up and down their systems as their customers' requirements change.
Tell me a little more about the product launch as well.
Well, 3 Tera is the product line. It's called AppLogic. And what it in essence does is it allows you to take your applications, install them on a grid, right, that then operates on top of its own set of hardware, right? So it's independent of the hardware. So you could just set up a bunch of x86 boxes, and on top of that is our grid layer, and then you can simply just drag and drop whatever infrastructure that you need to run that application, right? So now you could take your application, and whether or not you need to scale it for a specific rollout that you might be having, or say you're expecting more hits to your website, you could just drag and drop more web servers, and all of a sudden that infrastructure is deployed. It's as easy as that. Isn't that cool?
Well, you know, they say it's all about the UI when it comes to new products, and that almost plays right into that mantra, right?
Exactly, exactly. What we're all about is ease of use as well as ease of scale. And you talk about if you want to actually build out your own cloud-based solution, this is the best way to do it, is come check out our 3Tera AppLogic product. And you can learn more about it right at 3Tera.com.
What are the biggest questions that people are looking to answer? What's driving sort of, you know, there's still some confusion around the cloud. What are those questions that people are asking?
Most customers I speak to today are asking, how do I get started? Right? So really, you know, we understand CA, we understand enterprise management. How do we get started with you today in moving into a cloud-based model? And it really all comes down to where they are at in that phase of cloud adoption, for lack of a better word. But what we'll do is we'll sit down with you and we'll figure out either using our products to manage this cloud ecosystem, or maybe you just need one or two of our point tools that provide you our software as a service, or whether it's working with our MSP partners to deliver our software through their services. So from a CA standpoint, you can come contact us directly and we'll work with you to help you actually build out what that right entree is to start in the new cloud ecosystem.
So it's much more than an app in and of itself, but is cloud the killer model?
Cloud is the next big thing. I mean, it is a killer model. Of course, it's a great buzzword in its own right, but in general, it's really going to help customers really scale their businesses without the traditional capital expenditures that you have today. And that's what it all comes down to, right? How do I do more with less? And what better way to do it than with cloud computing?
Great. Adam, thanks very much for joining us. Good luck in your keynote this afternoon. I look forward to hearing that.
Thanks for having me, Rich. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Talk to you soon.